Happy Monday, and let's do a little bit of a news of the day type thing on a Monday morning. And, at this time of year, the news is normally pretty slow. That being said, if you're a Florida fan, things were kind of interesting on the weekend for all the wrong reasons. Dadonov, Huberdeau, and Barkov were all on the ice wearing regular jerseys this morning at practice, which is good news because, of course, especially in the case of Barkov, there was concern it was going to be a long-term thing. He's listed as day-to-day. He's considered day-to-day. He probably plays in their next game. It looks like everybody's okay. So Melgen stepped in, did pretty well in his place, and overall, Florida seems to be okay. Crisis averted for now. Connor McDavid, you want to talk about a crisis? For the first time in a long time, he's gone back-to-back games now without a point. That didn't happen last season. That's the only reason it's news, is because it didn't happen last year, which shows how consistent he is. But having watched that Winnipeg game last night, it was Hellebuck's fault that he didn't get a point last night, not his. He and Draisaitl had numerous really good scoring opportunities that were thwarted by the goaltender, or in some cases as well by the defense of the Winnipeg Jets, which maybe has been maligned to the point where they're like, hey, and they're fighting back against the maligning that's been going on. We'll see if McDavid stays in his slump. I didn't mention when I did the review last night, I don't believe that Milan Lucic played his 900th game, and of course Kessel played his 1,000th game very, very, very recently for Arizona. I did mention that when I did the review of the Arizona game on Saturday. But congratulations to Milan Lucic on playing his 900th game, and he's looking forward to 1,000. And really, in all honesty, I do wonder how many more years he has left in the NHL. And playing the way that he has, it does take years off your career. Absolutely. You look at power forwards and even over the years enforcers, and in most cases, it will take a lot of time off your career. You just get banged up. So we'll see if he reaches 1,000, if he's still a Flame when he hits 1,000, if he ends up somehow going back to Boston. What happens? I don't know. Philly fans are likely excited to see that Farabee and Vorobiev have been recalled. Carson Twarynski sent back to the American Hockey League. He played well, but again, if you want the offensive upside, Farabee's your guy. And Vorobiev has shown that as well. So they both were playing well, have been called up, and we'll see how things go for Philadelphia, a team that definitely needs a boost offensively. For Toronto fans, excited about Marner and Matthews playing together? Well, you're kind of getting what you want. So they're supposed to be together again tonight, and yet not entirely. And Babcock's not sold on them playing together. Babcock's never been a fan of the idea of playing them on the same line either. I get it. I know that fans want to see it, but I get it. That to me, it's a matter of just keeping the two separate so you have two really dangerous scoring lines. That's how I see it. And especially with Tavares out, I think that's important. But if they have Magic together, it's going to be more and more difficult for Babcock to keep them apart. So they're not saying, all right, these guys are on the same line and that's just how it is. They're testing it out and they're saying, they'll get some shifts together. Lines will be kind of in a blender kind of idea. We'll see when Tavares gets back. I would expect him and Marner to be together, because as much as people talk about Marner's numbers being propped up by Tavares, I would argue that Marner's been very beneficial to Tavares as well. A lot of those primary assists onto Tavares' goals. So we'll see. Do Marner and Matthews make that argument louder and louder with each game, or will we see Babcock fighting against it? Which, again, just, it's another reason for Leaf fans to get all upset, and we want him out. Tyler Seguin's house in the Dallas area was hit by a tornado. The good news, nobody was hurt. In that home, he wasn't in it. He doesn't live in it. It's up for sale. I'm not sure how that works. I guess it's insured, and I guess selling it will get delayed for a bit. So, it's a financial setback for Seguin, but I'm sure there are other people in that area that have it far, far worse than he does. And, it's dangerous. And I saw on social media pictures and videos of the severe thunderstorms that went through, and that's some scary stuff. I like a good thunderstorm, but that's at a level where it's like, okay, that's about enough. You know what? It feels like you're in the midst of a horror movie. That's when you know that the thunderstorms got a little bit too intense. So hopefully everybody's okay, and yeah. Seguin's house was up for sale, and he's not living in it anymore. And last item of the day, there's an article on ESPN about this. You guys can look at it if you'd like. Cory Hirsch came out on Twitter and made mention of how, players are getting injured. Last week we saw Nick Hjalmarsson, broken fibula, and we've seen other players get injured as well blocking shots. And here's the idea. Better sticks equal faster shots, and a faster game equals shot blocking injuries. So what Cory Hirsch was saying and what other players have been saying is this, that in the game 10 years ago, you had more time to set up. The game wasn't as fast. So if you're setting up to block a shot, you had more time to make sure that you weren't going to get hurt blocking it. Now you're just kind of flinging yourself in front of a puck that's probably going a lot faster. You have less time to set up to block that shot and a greater chance of getting hurt. I've talked for the last couple of years about some of these shot blocks I see players doing, and I'm like, what are they doing? And I say it not because I'm anti-shot blocking, but for this very reason. Goaltenders are paid a lot of money. If a goaltender's able to see a puck, they'll usually stop it more than 90% of the time. And we've gone from a game where it used to be you clear the lanes to make sure the goalie could clearly see the puck, to sometimes it's like you've got 6 goaltenders out there. And when you see a guy like Hjalmarsson getting hurt for 3 months, that's just that's a horrible thing to happen to the Arizona blue line. And I understand that we have a lot of fans that love the shot blocking and think it's really, really important. But I do see players getting injured, and I think shot blocking's fine, but again, I think it's being more selective about which shots you are attempting to block. And some of those ones from the point, man, you've got a defenseman just, or in some cases, your best forward is now playing on the point on the power play, and he can just tee off, and the puck is moving a lot faster because everybody has the really good sticks now, and the game is moving faster. So again, you have less time to get ready. I would be interested to know what we as fans, how we feel about this, because again, it feels like the game's getting more and more dangerous when it comes to this kind of thing. Part of what we've started to see is the plastic fiberglass. I think they're just plastic. It's hard plastic covers on the skates to prevent feet from getting broken. And I'm wondering if we don't need some further protective equipment to prevent legs from getting broken. Because this has got to the point where it's affecting guys who make a lot of money. It's affecting the owners and the GMs who put these teams together. So something will happen. And whether it's better safety equipment, or maybe coaches start saying, you know what, be more selective of which shots you're blocking. And to me, it was more about just clear the lane. Guys winding up for a shot, clear guys out and go here. The goaltender can see the puck. If it's 90 feet out, the goaltender should be able to stop it. But I'd be interested to know your thoughts, so let me know in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support, and I'll talk to you again soon.